Hello again. I just wanted to make another video, and this time I want to talk about like how people that are nerds like to put down other nerds 'cause they like things that they don't like, and it's just like it's one thing when you do it online, and even sometimes that goes too far, but it's another when you're at a convention. I can tell you how many times when I go to anime panels and comic fans only look at me and say, "Oh, you're an anime fan." They kind of roll their eyes, or you're wearing something that's anime, centric, and they get all kind of like, "Oh, why are you an anime fan?" and all this stuff, and it's like. Well, I like both. I like comics and anime, and I don't think nothing wrong with that. And there are some anime fans that don't like comic fans and think it's wrong. Well, look, there's good and bad in both genres, okay? So you can't just say, "Oh, mine's the best and yours isn't." And I'm not saying you have to totally like the other thing that at first you didn't like, but doesn't mean you have to, not like any of it. And not only that, we can also branch out as nerds. Not only do I like those things, I also like sci-fi. I also like Star Wars and Star Trek. I know there's a big feud between those two, and I don't understand that either. I mean, there's good and bad points in both. I also like even non-geeky things like sports. I like history. I like politics. I like watching the news and I keep up on current events. So I mean, you have to be well-rounded. You just can't like one genre only to the point where you won't watch anything else. I mean, I know some anime fans that won't even watch any live-action shows. That's crazy. That's insane. And then you got other people that just watch live shows and movies and I look at anime. Oh, that's just that violent, cartoon, violent, sexually graphic stuff. And that's not the case all the time. I mean, there's animes that are subtle. There's animes that are graphic violently. There's animes that are not graphic violently. There's romantic comedies. There's fighting anime. There's all different kinds. So I mean, we just can't pigeonhole everything. And even in comic books, yes, the majority of it is superheroes. I will not deny that. But there's also a lot of indie comics that are really good and they're doing some interesting things. I mean, a real good old series, Love and Rockets. I love that series. I think that's a good comic book. I mean, Ghost World. I love the movie, and that got me to read the comics, and it wasn't a bad series. So I mean, we have to branch out a little bit. And also coming up too, I'm also going to the Things Comic Con, and that's just like the thing. Like, I love to geek out. But there's just so many people that go in, and like I said, they get a little unreal because you like this and you like that, and you don't like what I like. And it's like, really? I mean, we're all geeks. I mean, we're already outcasts in a lot of ways by a lot of people in society, so why make us outcasts in other ways too? Why do it while we're together? You know? And let's see, what else I want to talk about? That was one of the main things I want to talk about. I also want to talk about how, like, all these conventions are coming around. It's like, yeah, you have no time to go to all of them. I mean, even in my state, it's just like in Arizona, it's constant. There's always something, another convention coming up 2 weeks. Just don't have time for all of them. I wish I did, but I don't. That's why for me, I just go to the Phoenix Comic Con, so I just focus on one thing. Like, I used to go to SakuраCon, but it started moving further away. It went from Mesa to Phoenix, now it's in Glendale. It's just too far for me to go to that kind of convention. So that's all I want to talk about today. I'll talk to you later.